But how do you feel about your online games through Google Stadia?
Yeah.
Nice segue.
I mean,
how about that Google Stadia? Like it never quite made out of training mode there.
Bruh. Oh my god. This
Man, I feel like my segue was a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, no, his segue was a little
segue bias.
I mean, real talk. Okay, so I had a whole bunch of friends that got onto the Google Stadia bandwagon, and I was just like,
wow.
I was like, wait a minute. Y'all don't realize this is Google trying to do something new. And they kill almost everything they try new.
You're right.
So my buddy just spent the whole $129, and then I was like,
no.
All right, whatever. I didn't even buy the thing.
Hey, you tried to tell him.
The thing is that it was offered to me, so I had it for free with the web browser. I didn't buy the tech or anything like that. And then they said the subscription fee, and then I still had to buy the game. So I was like, nah, I'll just get the free games and try it out that way. The web browser was okay. You couldn't play it anywhere as they advertised because unless you had some type of high-end mobile device, you was not playing it on anything. It really reject almost any other phone. And that was a big problem. And now we almost, 3 years going on with Google Stadia. They ain't getting nothing exclusive. So it was already dead in the water. When somebody was talking about it recently, I was like, it's still alive? It's still around? Because nobody really talks about it anymore. And then they finally admitted and just dropped the white flag and was like, we surrender. And I was like, Jesus, just let it go. Just, thank you, Google. I mean, I wanted them to fight and try to find a way to get some exclusive. If they would have talked to the indie devs or somebody to get some exclusive games on it, it would have been great. But
I think they had like 4 or 5 games, but they were nothing anything big.
Nothing was exclusive on that system, man. It was just.
Well, no, there's like I think
speaking of the devs, the devs weren't notified of the thing shutting down.
Nope. Yeah. I saw the Hitman developers was just like, look, we're gonna try to find a way for y'all to play this game. I was like, nobody else got no other system to play this on. Like real talk. I was like, for those that really relied on Google Stadia as their main system, I was like, damn. I can donate a system to you if you want. Jesus Christ.
They are being refunded, though.
Oh, that's the good news.
That is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Google Stadia are being refunded.
But is it going to be a full refund for those that did the subscription, paid for the $129 and the games? That's what I'm curious about because
I don't know. I just read about games being refunded, so that's probably about as far as it goes.
Which is the coolest thing I've ever seen any developer do, because I'm sure there's some contract stipulating they didn't have to. So the fact that they are giving refunds is definitely them trying to not murder all their goodwill, which is a pretty impressive thing.
It was just last year they was giving away the Google Stadia devices with the controller for free to anybody that wanted one. They was really trying really hard to get people to play the Google Stadia. But even I was just like, I just gave mine away to somebody else. It's like I'm not gonna use it.
So I just Googled Google Stadia exclusives. There are 5 games.
Yeah,
there's a horror game called Guilt, a game called Outcasters, 2 other games, and then there was Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle, which was some I think 16v16 Pac-Man thing, which was actually one of the cool things about Stadia because you could do massive things like that.
They had a Bomberman on there. I think that wasn't exclusive though.
But it's crazy because literally not 3 months ago
they needed a big name exclusive.
They need a bunch of stuff.
Missed. They had the names. They had the games. The whole system was just flawed, though.
I don't. It was. So it wasn't. It was. There were some people it worked okay for, and there's other.
Yeah, well, you need to get in there. You had to have super high end internet. You had to pay the subscription. You had to have all the tech. There was just too many hoops to jump through to get a playable experience. Not necessarily a good experience, a playable one. So even on my gigabyte internet, I tried playing the Google Stadia and it barely played. I still had 2 seconds ish of delay. So
for example,
moving the controller, okay, and then it moves okay. This feels like on live.
During the early stages of Google Stadia, there was big name streamers like Jacksepticeye and them. They had issues trying to stream with Google Stadia where it wasn't working. It was that was already a bad sign from the get-go.
As I said, this is a pattern of behavior by Google where they come up with a relatively good idea and either the execution is terrible, they're in the market too early, or they just don't know how to capitalize on the idea that they have. And it's so frustrating to watch because it's like some of the stuff they come up with in Kill was actually kind of cool. Google Cardboard, actually kind of cool. Just I'm just gonna use my smartphone as a VR, and just have a little thing on my face and use like 360 video. Actually kind of fucking cool. But it's like they don't find a way to like if Google has like the same problem that Netflix does, where like if they can't see an immediate like giant financial return, they axe it. And I'm like, yo, a lot of these products just need time to cook, my guy. You know what I mean? Like
Google gives products time to cook.
And now
it's just they can never solve for X.
They can't close.
Yes, they're very bad closing. But like I think it's some of it also needs to be like, bruh, they need to realize when like the project, if they're not willing to invest the money themselves into the project, I'm like, guys, just open source it and let people do what they need to do. And eventually invest in the people that do it well. I mean, there are ways for Google to manage these projects in a hands-off way, which I don't think they necessarily do well. But like for Stadia, I mean, the thing was just like, okay, so internet latency in America isn't high enough for like live action games. Cool. Okay, so we should find the best turn-based game developers that exist. And try to make the best turn-based game on the Stadia. Like, find the next, like, Darkest Dungeon people and, like, put it on the Stadia. Like, try to find ways to,
like... a project that was just doomed from the start. I don't think there was a way for them to really salvage it. They tried for years to, like, keep it afloat. Like, they were just pouring money into it and pouring resources into it still.
I think
they should have actually gave up sooner.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's like
our technology isn't there.
The technology isn't there. That is eventually you're gonna have to come to the conclusion that like if their original scope of their project being able to play every modern game through streaming, technology isn't there yet. So few people have internet with that low latency. Technology isn't there yet. But like build for what you have. You know what I mean? Like if they could have made a lot of really good like low latency style game exclusives on the Stadia, I would say do that. And then, like, while you're waiting on that, maybe franchise them out to other, whatever. But yeah, I mean, Stadia was definitely a flawed project. The weird subscription, or whether or not it was going to be like Steam where you bought something, like, they never really sounded like they had the monetization model figured out, which is dumb. Like, you need to know that in advance before you go into a project like that. Like it was really funny when like you had all that big news about all these like big video game execs being hired right when they announced the Stadia project, and like little by little, year after year, you saw them all leave, and they're just like, oh, things are not going well over there, are they?
I mean, it was written on the wall from the start.
Everybody knew.
It's so sad to watch because it's not a bad idea. I mean, there are other streaming services that people
those are not really doing that great either.
Is it really that sad to watch when they were literally gouging the shit out of people?
No, it's not sad at all because it's like
sad to watch. It's sad to watch because I want to see the technology succeed. That's why.
The
technology will succeed. It'll just succeed later.
Like, you got GeForce Now. Nobody's really talking about that. Shadow was trying to do the same thing.
Shadow PC and GeForce Now are the ones.
You got Google Stadia, who came late into the game, but then now the other companies like PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo started doing their own streaming service. Game Pass is doing well.
Yep.
Freaking PlayStation doing it. Like you got Remote Play, and then of course
has cloud gaming.
So it's like once they started getting into it, everybody was like, "Why bother?"
Yeah.
Especially with GeForce Now, promise you can play all your Steam games, but that's a lie. You can't even play it on them. And all you're doing is taking over another computer from their base. But yet it tells you that, no, this game cannot be played on GeForce Now for whatever reason. So I stopped using that service because that was stupid. But yeah, I see it was a good way for people that couldn't afford a high-end computer to use these type of services.
Yeah. But the technology still isn't there. Yeah. No, technology still isn't there.
It's there. Game Pass is pretty much the technology. It's working.
Yeah. Game Pass is a completely different thing, though.
No, it's not.
No. There's
you playing off of a game. You playing off of a web browser with Game Pass. You got that option with the cloud gaming. It's not this. It's pretty much the same thing as Stadia.
Yeah.
But it actually works. And plus, you also can play the games that you already own. So that's like even the old Xbox and Xbox 360 games you can play on the cloud.
Yeah, but how do people like the latency on it? I haven't researched it much.
That all goes under your connection. because I have the Fios gigabyte connection and everything like that, and I don't have no latency problem. And I stream many of the games already, so it's there. But it's all how much your connection is good with that. But that's neither here nor there. But either way, Google flopped and they gave up too soon. They should have just kept on trying.
I think they tried too long.
I don't know. They would have got shit on more though. I honestly there was no win for Google after a certain point. I think they should have slowly phased out the project by maybe again trying to open source it, doing something with it. I don't know, but yeah, it was kind of written on the wall. But it was still really sad to see. I think 3 months ago, they literally put out a message that said we are just as committed, and then nowadays 3 months later, they're like, okay, sorry guys, we weren't as committed as.
Google is in a bad place right
yes,
now.
again.
But yeah,
pranked.
It's so bad. So
John.
To anyone who is ever curious about seeing all of the projects Google killed, and this is a very long page, check out killedbygoogle.com, and you can look at all 274 projects they've killed.
Which we won't be going over.
Instead, Stadia just added
which we won't. Or listing.
We will not go over.
We can look it up themselves.
In fact, I think we have to move on.
So with that,
it's just disappointing. I'm disappointed because you would think that a big company would be able to manage something like that, but I think the latest years have proven even big companies can do some dumbass shit. And they are fallible. They can make mistakes.
All the years have proved that.
Of course. I mean, Sony's going through their thing, but it's neither here or there.
Guys, did you have a chance to look at the IGN's top 25 animes of all time?
Oh Lord,
IGN. I did. I got some words.
You got some words.
I got some freaking words.
So there's a lot here. There's a lot here.
Yeah, there's 25 of them.
I don't know if... I mean, I agree with where some of these... I agree that some of these should be on here, but I don't agree where a lot of these are number-wise. I think that's my sort of...
Agreed.
Before you go into any of this...
Is Corey in the House at the top of the list?
Everybody has
the house is the top.
I would say... Everybody has their own list. If that's what they feel, that's their list is in. I just say whatever.
This list was made by a shonen fanboy.
This list is made by a shonen fanboy, and it's made as in hey, this is again IGN's top 25 list of all time.
And that's why I just you know what? I'll let y'all handle that because I'm looking at the list right now and I'm just like
Naruto above JoJo.
I mean, I would say Naruto's definitely more
Naruto above Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is one of the best fucking animes I've ever seen.
More influential.
Again, it's mostly their list. It's not your list.
I guess. Yeah, but that's why we're here to tear it to pieces.
I don't. I'm just like, oh.
I mean, look, I do agree with you.
This is our
the top 25 lists of all time is subjective. And guess what? Guess what, Akuma? You're more than able.
Akuma.
You want me to say Akuma?
No, you said Akuma. I'm like, it's Kuma. It's just Kuma.
It's Kuma.
I didn't say. Kuma. I said Kuma.
I said Akuma. No, you said Akuma.
I said Kuma.
He just ran his shit together and sounded like
you see that's stop doing it.
You'll sound like Dragon Ball fans that I have that correct me every time I say a
I'm not
special
correcting you. I'm on your
wrong.
side. I'm on your side.
Anyway, you're Kuma. You're more than welcome to have an opinion about anything. That's perfectly fine, man.